Hi guys. I know now that you're finishing up your packets, getting ready to turn things in. I'm looking forward to seeing you Wednesday when you drop them off and when you get your things. I've cleaned out your desk and your lockers and gotten your things ready. Thought you might want to take a look at the room. I've been getting it ready. Spent the last 2 weeks putting away things, getting things ready for the custodians to come in the room and to take everything out and clean the floors. So you can see our room looks a whole lot different than it does when you left. But it'll be back to normal before school starts next year. I hope you're getting excited about next year, and I hope that you've learned a lot so that you will be ready for next year. Right now, I wanted to do something that I usually do with my class at the end of the year. I usually sit down with them and we talk about how the year went and things that happened year. We also usually have a school assembly, an awards assembly. We didn't get to have it this year because we weren't here. But usually after the awards assembly, when we come back in the room, I do an awards assembly with my class. And because I think everybody deserves an award. Usually when we go in the gym, a lot of times it's the older kids that get the awards and not everybody gets one. And I think everybody in this class deserves an award. So I'm not going to show you your certificate, but except to show you this is what they all look like. And I don't want to show them to you right now for privacy reasons. Okay, the first award goes to Adeline. Adeline, I gave an award for Happy Helper because she was always willing to help, and when she did, she was happy to be doing it. An award goes to Paige. Paige for the most improved. She worked on her things and made progress on those things. To Sophia, neatest handwriting. Sophia always took her time and did a good job in writing things. To Logan, a marvelous mathematician. Logan always did well in math. I think he had one of the highest grades in math, but he liked to think. When I'd ask him questions, he wouldn't just sit there. He would think and give me answers. To Emily, I gave an award for Reader of the Year. She had good grades in reading, and she worked hard at her reading. To Colton, I gave Lining Up All-Star. I could depend on Colton to be in line where he was supposed to be doing what he was supposed to be doing. To Mary, Queen of Kindness. Mary was always kind to everybody, and we really appreciated that. To Tyler, as a writer, I think he was the one that won in our class for the young writers. He would do a good job in writing his sentences. He wrote a very good story for young writers. To Bree, a caring friend. She always cared about her friends and was willing to share with them and be kind to them. To Xavier, I gave an award for Funny Guy. Not because I think he's silly funny, because he was funny and he made people laugh. To Jack, I gave Leadership Award. He was always willing to help me when I needed to do things, and he could keep an eye on things for me, and I always appreciated that. To Breland, I gave her an award for Coloring Queen. Breland likes to color, and she did a good job. She did some wonderful cards, and she did well in her art. To Carolyn, I gave an award for Best Desk Award. For her desk was always neat, always clean. She always had a pencil ready. I asked you during the year to keep 2 pencils in front of your desk in the morning, ready to go. She always had them ready. I don't even think I had to replace her pencils this year. I think she always kept her pencils. To Ivan, I gave the award for Funny Guy. He would make me laugh. He would tell jokes. He'd always be funny. To Catherine, award for, let me see this one here, for Most Determined. When she did her work, even when it got hard, she was determined to solve it, determined to get it. And I always liked hearing her say, oh, okay, I'm catching on now. And that's called, we used the word this year, persistent. She was persistent. She was going to make it and do it. To Piper, best attitude. She was always smiling. No matter what, she was always smiling. She was always friendly. She was always kind. And to Tyler, Tyler D, magnificent manners. He always said thank you and please, and he had good manners when I was handing out papers and so forth. He had good manners. I think I got everybody. Let's see. I talked about Sophia and Paige and Adeline and Logan and Emily, Mary, Colton, Bree, Tyler, Jack, Xavier, Carolyn, Ivan, Breland, Tyler, Catherine, and Piper. Okay. I also like to go and ask my students what was the best part of the year. Well, you're not here for me to hear that, but I want to tell you what was the best part of my year. The best part of my year was Piper. And like I said, Piper was always happy. No matter what, she was smiling and going on. She had a really good attitude that made things easier. And so she was the best part of my year. And Tyler D was the best part of my year. Tyler cared about other kids. He was all the time making me aware if somebody was missing something, if somebody needed something. He cared for the others. Catherine, as I said, Catherine was persistent. She kept trying. She kept working harder. And that made things easier because when you give up, then the teacher has to work even harder to help you to learn. But when you're determined that you're going to learn, then you do good for yourself and you do good for others. Ivan, as I said, Ivan made me laugh. He would come up, he would tell me a joke, he would give me a hug. He would just very friendly and very kind. Breland was all the time making nice cards for everybody, drawing pictures, and wanting to give people things. Carolyn has been a jewel in the class. She always was doing what was right. I don't think I ever had to get on to her one time. She was always doing what she was supposed to be doing, and that made my work so much easier and made it happier for everybody. Jack, I appreciate it. He was the best part of my year too because he was always trying his best. He always worked hard at everything he did. Bree was the best part of my year because she was friendly. She would come in smiling. She would tell a story. She was always very friendly. Tyler was the best part of my year because he was always neat. He always kept his things in order. He was always ready to go. He was a hard worker. He really wanted to do his best. Mary was the best part of my year because she was always smiling. She came in the morning smiling. She left in the evening smiling. She always had a smile on her face, and that makes everybody else smile too. Colton was the best part of my year. Colton was the best monitor that I think I've ever had. He was bathroom monitor, and he did a fantastic job. He kept things going, people in and out as they should be. Emily was the best part of my year. She took care of her things. She was organized. She was ready to work. She did a good job. She was determined to do what she should be doing. Sophia was the best part of my year. Sophia was ready to do anything I asked her. If I say, can you run this up to the office? Can you take this to somebody? Can you help me to get this done? Sophia was always ready. And I imagine at home, she's a good help at home too. Paige was the best part of my year because Paige was always happy and always willing to help others with their jobs. Not only did she take care of her job, she was willing to help others, and she was always willing to help. Adeline was the best part of my year because she was a hard worker and she was conscientious about doing her job. She wanted to make sure she got her job done before she left. Xavier was the best part of my year because you were always smiling and you were always friendly and you were always kind, and that was important. And Logan, you were the best part of my year because, like I said, you were a good thinker. You stopped and thought through things. You came up with ideas. you didn't just stop at the problem. A lot of times when I'd ask a question, and a lot of people would just sit there and you would come up with an idea, come up with the things. So I hope I covered everybody there, but you were all the best part of my year, because all of you together made the class work, and worked well with each other, and you made this a good year. It's a shame that we couldn't have been together the whole year. I hope you did learn a lot. I hope you feel ready for second grade. Don't worry, everybody's in the same shape as you are all over our country. A little bit behind, but like I said, we're all in the same boat, and we'll work through it and we'll get it done. I hope you have a great summer. I hope you get some rest. When you have a few minutes, review some of the things, your high frequency words, things like that will help you review your math facts. Tell your mom and dad what time it is. Look at the clock, let them know what time it is. Think about it, what time it is when you get up in the morning, what time when you go to bed, what time you eat. Look at the clock, figure those things out. Review those things. Have your parents empty their pockets and you count their money and see how much money they have. Just do those things as fun things. And like I said, enjoy the summer, stay safe, and we'll be looking for you next year. Bye, all.